What's up guys, it's Red back once again, and we are talking about the new Pokemon starters. Now naturally, there's going to be a ton of buzz around this because people have been waiting on Generation 8 for a very long time at this point. Now I'm going to get right into some possible theories about the evolution line typing for the starter Pokemon for Generation 8. Now the first possible theory actually has to do with the trailer for the game and the first appearances of those Pokemon. Scorbunny is the first to make an appearance, and we see it running on a steel cog or wheel. We get a closer zoom in and quite literally see sparks fly with the feet moving along that steel. The steel cog plays a prominent role here, and it could be hinting at a fire steel final evolution. Sobble appears next, and as we see, it's very much camouflaged, which is the prominent factor here. This could be hinting at either a psychic or possibly a ghost type final evolution. As for Grookey, we see it pounding away with its stick onto a rock in the ground, possibly hinting at a rock or ground type final evolution typing. This theory is obviously a stretch, but those are all prominent things and features in the Pokemon debuts, and they're the very first thing we see them doing in fact. So while it is a stretch, I can still see some logic there, even if it does end up being wrong. Now another cool bit of information involves using the French names for the Pokemon to see if there are any hints. User Wijuchi on Reset Era made this post identifying the names and what it could mean. So the French names of the starters are Oistempo, Marmoset plus Tempo, Flambino, Flame plus Bambino, and Larmeleon, Tear plus Chameleon. Grookey is an interesting one because in French they chose the word tempo, which heavily relates to music, and its English name Grookey kinda sounds like groovy. And again, the first thing we see from Grookey is the pounding of that rock, which could be implied to be it making music like banging a drum. So I'd say those are pretty interesting when all added together. I don't think it sheds too much information on the typing itself though. And as for Flambino and Larmeleon, I don't think they really give us much, as they're both pretty straightforward. We see the camouflage technique that Sobble was using, and everyone knows chameleons are one to change their colors to blend in with the environment. So all in all, Grookey's French name tells us something interesting, but I don't think the others really offer too much, but still cool to see nonetheless. Another interesting theory going around has all of the new starters relating to a different sport. Now obviously the one right out of the gate that seems the most obvious is Scorbunny. The name doubles for both scoring a goal as well as Scorch Bunny. Many are linking Scorbunny to a soccer or football reference, as it seems incredibly agile, and having that tape across the nose gives off that sports-like feel. Many on Twitter are already comparing similarities to their favorite team's kit. Grookey is being pegged as relating to cricket, which would explain the stick in hand and could see its final evolution either hitting the ground or rocks at the opponent, leading to that rock or ground typing. And cricket is fairly big in the UK, where this region is supposedly based off of. Sobble is being compared and related to rowing, with the final evolution possibly taking on a dragon typing and looking similar to the Loch Ness Monster, which is a fairly popular myth in Europe. This would be an interesting play considering the camouflage feature of Sobble would serve as sort of an explanation as to why very few have claimed to see the Loch Ness Monster in real life. Now personally, I don't put too much stock into all of them being based on sports, given what we learned about Grookey in the French name. I think it makes more sense that it has something to do with the music as opposed to sports, but honestly I think it's hard to deny that at the very least, Scorbunny seems like a direct soccer or football reference, and so it wouldn't shock me if somehow the others found a way into the sports category as well. Now my own personal feelings on the future typings. As for Scorbunny, I'm really feeling electric as the secondary typing. It's giving me the Energizer Bunny feeling of always having that high energy, and even the official description on the website says a rabbit Pokemon that is always running about, bursting with energy. Now I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be yet another firefighting type, which it very well could be, and would make sense for a soccer rabbit in all honesty, but something just tells me it's gonna be electric. I find it hard to believe that Grookey is going to be anything other than a fighting or rock type secondary, but you never know with Pokemon. It could be something totally out of left field, and for Sobble, the camouflage really narrows it down a bit in my mind. What kind of Pokemon would be using something like that to its advantage? I mean, Ghost and Psychic do seem extremely likey, but you could also argue that bugs use camouflage, but Sobble doesn't really give off that bug type vibe. But you could certainly fit it for a poison type as well, possibly. So you never really know at the end of the day. But those are some interesting theories to think about, as well as my own personal thoughts on what the starters could be. Let me know down in the comments below what you think the typing will end up being for the final evolutions. My previous videos are on screen right there. Check them out if you have some time. Social media links in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more future content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.